Now, can you sense any sort of sense of urgency around the team that, this is kind of the final stretch and you can only afford to maybe lose a game or two more if you want to kind of stick in that tournament picture?
Coach went over it yesterday before practice about how big these 3 weeks are, and I think the guys are really focused and determined to make a move, make a push in these last 3 weeks. We know that these games are crucial for what we want to do for the NCAA and set us up for the Pac-12 tournament, trying to get into the where we can get a day off, and not have to play so many games in so many days. But these guys are really focused. I thought this trip was really good for us, even though we didn't get the sweep, the split in the way we played, and just the execution level of our offense and defense was really good. So I think these guys are really focused and ready for this last push.
What did you discuss in terms of NCAA when Coach talked to you?
Just where our RPI is and the best case scenario way this week could play out for the league, and where we can sit, and how we control our own destiny, and fate for the tournament. I think Coach said our RPI is around like 46 or something like that right now, and it's not going to move up too much if we get a sweep right now because we're at home, but it sets us up perfectly for this next 2 weeks that we have.
Is this the first time you guys have talked about the tournament as a team, like looking ahead?
No, not at all. We've had it brief here and there in our meetings for personnel and things like that, but our main focus is always the game in front of us, and I think Coach is just putting the emphasis on the future because we can't let anything slip away. It's really tight right now, especially the race for 4th place and just to setting up for the Pac-12 tournament. We have a lot of teams who have the same record and a lot of teams who are like 1 game behind us and things like that, so we can't have a drop-off in our level of play, and that's what Coach is trying to emphasize to the team.
The offense has stalled a bit in those last 2 games on the road. Is there a trend that you can kind of see for that?
I just think that sometimes on the road it's tough to ball movement, pressure, things like that, but I think the team really tried to execute the best way we could, and I just like the effort that we put out there, and those little things that, like the ball not moving, some possessions late in the games are going to work itself out. The more we are able to be put in those situations and practice moving the ball and things like that.
Oregon State likes to play that zone a lot. What do you learn? You've seen them once already. What do you learn from breaking that and trying to get some offense against that?
The ball movement and getting in gaps. Zone defenses make you want to shoot the ball on the perimeter and not attack the basket. They're trying to protect the rim. So getting in gaps, getting in the middle. We know that they like to have a high 2-3, making it look like it's a 3-2 zone. So the middle is really open. So trying to get the bigs, Kavan and Gigi in there, and so they can hit down there 15, 17-footer and move the ball around and just attack the rim.
Is this a game where you maybe need to be more assertive just because you're the guy who would normally be the one attacking the rim like that?
I think it's not only me, but the guards in particular. Last game that we had up in Corvallis was really tough. We weren't moving the ball, we weren't attacking, we weren't getting the ball into the middle, and that's what we really need to do in order for us to get a win because they want to slow the ball down.
What's the biggest problem in Corvallis, especially?
Just their zone. Their zone gave us a lot of problems. We couldn't get the ball inside like we wanted to, like we planned on. The middle's wide open in that zone that we watched through tape, and even in the game, you could tell we could really get the ball there, and we could make plays there. But when guards got the ball there, we didn't do a good job of the little drop-off passes. We got a lot deflected, stuff like that. So just decision-making in the zone, a lot in the middle.
How much more assertive do the guards need to be when you're playing against a zone like that to just keep them honest by driving and stuff?
Yeah, you gotta be in attack mode. If a team's gonna sit back in a zone and not come out and get you, you gotta be in attack mode. We did a lot of going east and west that entire game. You gotta go north and south. You gotta get to the rim. Gotta get the ball inside to our bigs and then work the ball outside. And that's the biggest key when you're playing a zone.
The first half against Cal, I think you guys had 3 assists against 7 turnovers. What was the problem in terms of ball movement?
We just didn't move the ball very well. Our offense was a little stagnant. We just didn't run a whole lot of stuff. Honestly, we had a lot of quick shots, which is something that we did a lot in the early part of the season, and we've been getting a lot better at. I feel like, we just had a lot of quick shots, and we didn't really move the ball like we have been.
How much does it feel like you guys are kind of entering a crucial final stretch that maybe you can't lose more than a game or two if you still want to stay in that NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's how it is. We're all very aware of that. This is playoff basketball for us. We've talked about it. It's a 3-week grind of straight playoff basketball. We got to try to win every game that we can and set ourselves up going into the Pac-12 tournament. And we've looked at the standings. We know where we're at, and we like where we're at. We're in a good spot to make a run at it. We got the 2 teams that are right ahead of us here this week, so we got to take care of business here first and foremost.
Situation like the last play at Cal, you got a pretty good look on the 3. Is that a drill? Like, do you look like Isaac also may have had a shot if he had time to get it there? Do you know he's there, or how does that work?
Those are those type of situations where we could have. I think we had 1 timeout left. We could have called timeout when we got the rebound or something like that. But it's a hard thing to plan for. We weren't planned to being down by 2 points at the end there. They hit a crazy shot, and then we were hoping they'd miss a free throw, and they did. And I told Kavan, I was like, I got your outlet right here, just so we could get it down. I was trying to get the ball down the court as quickly as you can, just to get some kind of look off. I didn't see Isaac. Obviously, watching tape, he was running down the court, but that's a tough play to make when you know before you even catch the ball, you only have 5 seconds, and you're trying to get the ball down as quickly as you can.
If you see him, do you think you pass it there, or is there time to do that?
Yeah, if I had 2 or 3 guys running at me, and I was just trying to get any kind of space just to get a look off. And if I would have seen him, I definitely would have thrown it to him. When I look at the tape, I think when I crossed half court, he just started to get open when I crossed half court, and there was only probably 2 seconds left. So for the ball to get to him and then him get a shot off, I don't know if he would have got it off, but it probably would have been a better look than I had.
Bryce never hits me on the pick and pop, so if you're running around and get a pick and pop, it's all Bryce.
Are you especially motivated for this weekend, considering you weren't playing the last time?
Oh yeah, it does suck that I didn't get to play, but it's gonna be a fun game. Jamal Reed plays for Oregon State. He's an Atlanta guy. I've been playing with him and against him since I was like 9 years old. So it's gonna be fun seeing him again. It's gonna be a good matchup for us.
You had a pretty big game against Cal. Did you kind of find your groove again after working your way back from the back of the ring?
Yeah, I did kind of find my stride again, which is really good. It was good for my confidence getting back, feeling like an old man. So getting my stride back was really fun. It was a good game. The ball didn't bounce our way, but we played hard.
Bryce and Norman were talking about how against that zone for Oregon State, the middle is sometimes open. It was just tough for them to get it in there. Is that something you picked up when you were watching it from here? That, man, if I was in there, maybe they could be getting some entry passes in there?
Yeah, I was definitely watching that. It was tough to watch it from here. It was kind of sucked. I threw a lot of shoes and stuff at the TV, but I feel like they could have moved the ball better, real stagnant, like the zone shocked them or something. But those guys can make plays. Oregon State does a great job with it. That's their defense, and they're playing really well in it. They beat good teams in that defense, so you have to really prepare for them.
Are you guys cognizant of the idea that you could probably only lose a few more games in the regular season if you want to stay firmly on the right spot of the bubble until they turn it?
Yeah, you don't want to lose it all, period. So you got to play to win every game, especially in the heat of conference play. You want to beat these teams because they want to beat you just as bad. And you're at UCLA, you get everybody's best shot. So you have to come to play every night, whether it's NCAA tournament or not. We have to just come out and play hard.
What do you see in Oregon State's defense that gives you kind of a matchup advantage that UCLA wasn't able to do without you?
They play a lot of zones, so getting in gaps, maneuvering, using my body for screens, getting guys open. That's a big thing in the zone. You have to screen the zone. You have to make the zone react to you. I feel like that's one of the big things we got to do with moving the ball and setting the screens. Make that zone move, make it react to us, and make plays.